Is everybody ready? Yes, yes. Well, welcome. My name is Lauren Elliott, and I'm very pleased that Tish asked me to help introduce the speakers that we have this afternoon. I've been in the educational software industry for a long time, back into the author of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego days. And this kind of mix between new technology and education has always fascinated with me, and I'm particularly pleased today to be able to introduce several stellar people. So first we're going to have Justin Ferris. Justin Ferris is he's a product manager for Gravity Jack. They're hard into the AR world, and he's got a product that he's going to demonstrate to us, which is going to be very cool in the sort of kids arena. After that, the Sesame Group, led by Miles Ludwig and Mindy Brooks, is going to talk about the Sesame work. He is the managing director for Content and Innovation Labs. He had a keynote speaking this morning, which was wonderful. And they are also going to talk about what Sesame Street does and have a chance to present, hopefully if everything works, their product that is just recently announced. And finally, Cameron Browning, which for a slight switch of content, Cameron is a media director for the American Museum of Natural History, and he has the, I think, incredible luck to be able to work with the AR at one of the largest institutions we have that's promoting this kind of thing, everything from terraforming Mars to dinosaur exhibits, and he's also going to show their latest product. So with that, I will introduce Justin.
Thanks, Lauren. I appreciate it. So I've been carrying this little guy around with me all day, touting him around. That's a Mushabelly. And if you're not familiar with Mushabelly, you can go to mushabelly.com or ToyTube Network, which is the bigger kind of umbrella of the entire Mushabelly product line. And what this is, kind of in a nutshell, and I'm going to explain a little bit more later, it was a very successful plush toy that was sold in the early 2000s. The managing director of this company, it's Jay at Play, is the manufacturer who makes this plush toy. He pulled the product off the market, and he had this crazy batty idea to create an augmented reality game to supplement the sale of the plush toy. So I'll get into that in a little bit. I want to give you a little bit of background on Gravity Jack, just briefly, if you weren't in the session this morning, a little bit about our company. We're essentially a startup. We started with 4 employees in 2009, and we now have about 40, so very rapid growth in 2 years. We're the only US-based company with our own SDK, meaning that it's all born and bred here in the United States of America. So we're in Liberty Lake, Washington, which if you know where that is, I'll give you $5 after the show here. And then beyond that, we have our own SDK, we have our own platform, and we're really looking at ways AR can infuse kind of our everyday lives. So that led us to the toy market, and a lot of people ask us, well, why are you pursuing the vertical market of toys? And it is a very good question, and really the main reason is that we believe firmly that children are always early adopters of everything technology. From when I was, I don't know, in college, first using Facebook, to when, I remember playing Carmen Sandiego, so many years ago. And we firmly believe that for augmented reality, it's such a hard thing for the average user to ingest and really, hold on to and really invest in. With kids, it's the difference between making an adjustment to interact with the technology to the curiosity of a child willing to just go for it and learn new things that even people like us who are tech people don't even understand sometimes. So it's the question of, how do I do things versus what can I do better with this? So we started talking to toy companies, and a lot of these toy companies were kind of like, yeah, I don't think that's a very good idea. Or, yeah, we're doing an app, but this augmented reality thing just it's not going to catch on. It's going to burn out in a couple of years, and we don't want to spend a ton of money investing into it. Well, that's when we met Joe at Jay at Play. And he got super excited about the possibility of doing this project. So I'm going to show you a little brief commercial, and I'll probably kind of cut it short, just a little long. But this explains Mushabellies. I was going to do a live demo. I'll do demos after if possible, but I want to leave this alone because the AV is very touchy. So here's a quick commercial. Hopefully this sounds okay.
Mushabellies. Just mush their bellies, and they'll make you laugh. But get ready for the really big surprise. With the free Mushabelly app, you can get Mushabelly's magic before your eyes. Mushabelly adventures begin with their very own passport with 3 AR marker cards. Place them on a flat surface and Mushabellies jump into your world. Aim for the target and make your Mushabelly fly. Now pop as many Mushabelly treats as you can. There are hundreds of combinations of gameplay. You can play on any iPod, iPad, or smartphone. Catch 'em, kick 'em, play 'em, flick 'em, or create your own tricks. Meet Mungo Monkey, Buzzy Bee, Conan Cow.
We'll go ahead and stop it there. That's enough of that. So that's just a brief introduction to Mushabellies. It's using essentially fiduciary markers, and we overlay these 3D characters, and you get to play essentially an Angry Birds-esque game where your goal and your objective is to shoot your Mushabelly from one side and score it into the bucket. So what really excited us about this opportunity is that we're overlaying a completely new space that hasn't existed before in toys, meaning that we're taking an existing toy, a plush toy that sells for, $6, $8, $10, and making it and turning it into something way more and adding way more value to it. The hot buzzword in the toy world is play pattern. It's like, how do you get kids to interact with a toy that already have short attention spans because apps exist and everyone's asking for an iPad and an iPhone? Play with the toy longer and have more value out of that toy, and this is one of those ways. We were at the New York Toy Fair in February and had just a huge reception to the toy. It just launched this week, so I don't know if you all watch Nickelodeon or Disney Channel or any of those networks. You'll see that very commercial burned into your brain if you're an avid watcher of those stations. And you can order a Mushabelly now on mushabelly.com. The app is free, but you have to have a Mushabelly to play with. And that's the unique piece of this, is that no company has done this before. They'll make an app, and then that's a supplemental to the physical product that's sold in the stores. Avengers is a good example. They make Avengers action figures. The movie just came out, and then there's an app you can download. This links those two. You can't play Mushabellies unless you've purchased the plush toy. And there's a little model that allows us to scan that. Skylanders has done it recently, if you guys are familiar with Activision's product. Genius product. It's done really well, and we're kind of existing in a very similar model. So that, in a nutshell, is Mushabellies, and I'll be around after for questions.
Hi, so we're doing a little AV swap. Just a little bit of background. As Justin was saying, so often these things are supplemental. There isn't a real meaningful integration. We were very interested in exploring what sort of integrated content experiences, educational content experiences, could we create using the Sesame Street characters and curriculum. And so we started talking with Qualcomm and entered into now about a year-long collaboration in which it's really an R&D partnership that will probably lead to a commercial product, but where we've been working with them and their Euphoria engine to develop some new play patterns, to use your term, that integrate traditional playset or dollhouse play with a tablet-based AR experience. And so just to take a minute to show you it through the miracle of this device, which is, believe it or not, called the Elmo Camera. So this is a simple mat.